Hello! Hi there!
Hello, I see you. I got some friends for you. And you, and all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of SideHustleGarage. I'm your host, Mthatha, and Norwood is also a host here. But we've got some awesome news for you guys. As you guys saw in the previous video, my finger, I have fully recovered. Very nice. Sorry about that, guys.
Yo, man! Fuck! Jy het bonnet op jou vinger gesit, man. Jy het op jou vinger geland.
But I'm proud to present to you guys the
Very proud.
Eric's suspension. Okay, I just want to make one thing clear. The reason for I ate this, I just love this word. I ate this. Yes, like it's a quite word, man. By the way, we're looking for somebody that can do a year for us, man.
Or that's good with airbrushing or something, you know. Someone artistic that can redraw this wall here at the back because it look bit shame, man. You know, we need to upgrade the wall so bit shame, man.
Kom eens met tities.
Was I fetch a bra then? Fatima stop for you.
I'm gonna stand like this. Oh, look here. So we finally got Tegan, all in one King's Auto Space. He's in Mthatha. Look here.
Is it Mthatha or Mthatha?
Mthatha. Yes, it's that one. Yes, we are car guys, but at the end of the day, we are still humanitarians, yeah, and we have a duty towards others, and we feel obligated or obliged to help one another. Yeah, so this is Tegan helping us out with suspension parts on Eric. We can never ever achieve any of this without you guys. You guys. I think just add like a echo in there. You guys are very important. The subscribers, the followers, you guys. Okay, wait. So Noor will be doing the honors since this.
Blade in my hand. We shall now open the box of CoilOver.
Since we all know that Noor is the specialist when it comes to the suspension bits, yeah. And you've been asking me all day, Amiraj, Mthatha, when we're gonna open up the boxes.
It's nice this one, eh?
Like I can't believe this.
I like it this one.
Stijdig.
This you got your collars for the rear. We've got our shocks there.
My bro is brand new. I thought this used coil. Yes, man. Eric is getting some major makeover treatment, yeah.
Special treatment on the chest, brother.
So with this, with the coilovers, we'll probably be able to tow the car. We'll obviously, yeah, because Eric is primarily built for spinning. Eventually, it's going to be a drift setup with the E46 suspension kit. But that doesn't mean we won't be able to attend like stance events. So if you guys invite us to a stance event, we can stick it there with Eric and suck Eric on his mouth.
I like this
Courtesy of King's Auto Space. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you, my brother.
Can't begin.
We really appreciate it. This is really shocking. Hey. List of things that come inside your box of coilovers. You've got your springs, you've got your shocks, and your adjusters for the front and for the rear. First things first, we'll jack up the car, nah? Jack up the car.
Very important, you must look for a proper point to jack. Otherwise, you jack right through. Which is what happens.
Not loose.
You not loose. Yeah, buddy. That was just asking in the comments how much. I bet you're asking in the comments how much.
Not for sale.
It's Eric's wheels there. Oppa. Very nice.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the vice grip and I'm going to clamp the shock. And then we're going to loosen the top nut. You know what's funny now? From what I've noticed, every time we do a sleeve over or pullover installation on any of the builds, it's always done at night. So yeah. And yes, I'm using a wheel spanner to loosen it. It works easy for me. So I got the top shock mount nut off. To make my life a bit easier actually, before I continue with what I'm busy doing, I'm going to remove the strut bar. Now that we got some lighting, we can actually now continue. So now we're going to loosen the stop collar. I can't remember how I did this last time, but I think I just moved it so like that. Okay, so right as they're trying to discuss who's gonna buy, I managed to get this collar out here. You just move it with the flat a bit here till it turns out. Not safe, nah? It's a little bit of struggle, nah? But we sorted out now. I got the top shock mount out with some bit of struggles there. I forgot to show you that part. So once the top shock mount is out, you put your hand in here, and then you just pull out the whole shock, and then keep this one. This one is a little bit of a dangerous one over here. You can see. Okay, there is drop kit out. Thank you, Submission. He was the one who actually sponsored us this. So let's just put that one side, and then we take coilover. So once everything is out, the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna insert your shock from on top. Where is this thing? I can't find it. Hold that thought. Just push that way, and then you insert it. So after fitting your shock into the shock strut, I'm saying this correctly? Yes, I am. Then you have these two parts over here. This part goes onto the, let me actually physically show you where it goes into. So you're gonna put this over there. So you're gonna put your nut that goes in there, then you're gonna turn this nut in. But what this basically does is this holds the shock in place so that it doesn't come out of the holder. You need to tighten that up. After fitting that, this is what goes on next. So then what you do with this is you put it over here. God, man, this is difficult to film and do with one hand. Okay, right, there we go. And that basically fits over this part. It's a bit of a, it's dirtier. Once this section is turned onto that piece of thread that holds the shock in place, you then take your spring and then you put it in. So after much struggling, everything is finally in. The garage is full of people, full of humanitarians. So now that the front is done, basically what I did was I loosened this part here, and then this whole thing dropped, and then it was easy to get the whole shock and I mean the spring and the adjuster in itself. So the front is done. Now we can do the back. Just take the wheel off first. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen this bolt over there. Loosen it. There we go. Then you're gonna remove your spring. Then you're gonna take your collar, put it at the bottom. Take your spring, put it on shoulder, brother. Just gonna take the rubber, put it in, and then you just push it in place like that, and then that is in. So now we just have to change the shock, and then I already basically loosen the stop nut here.
Opa! I put the other one inside.
Okay, bring other shock. What's that?
Yeah.
After fastening this bolt right there, we can now basically put the wheel back on because everything is now finished fitted. We do need to get studs.
Oh, those wheels actually light. Opa!
So it's fast.
It's fast, brother.
It's fast.
After a couple days and after a few drives, the car will settle in and it is going to go lower still actually.
We are now officially done for the night. Car's laying.
Round of applause, Eric and Noor.
Front is definitely lower, the back still needs to settle in. The front as well, so over a couple of days it is going to still go in. It's going to settle a bit more, then it's going to go even lower, and after you drive it, it's going to go lower again as well.
I think the true reflection would show once we actually get the thing on the road. That's it for me, Amiraj. Noor?
Ek is moeg. Safe.